Hello and good morning! This is where they filmed Edward Scissorhand. Right now, where I'm currently standing, you can see behind me where there's like a little cul-de-sac. That's where the castle actually was. I'm going to show you a little more in depth of this little area, show you where they took him to the school where they had show and tell, and then also to Southgate shopping complex where they had the hair salon. So let's go explore this and let's go and see all the different filming locations for Edward Scissorhands. Now, when the Avon lady would have come out of the mansion, they would have come right down this road right here and went into the house where she would have gotten Johnny Depp, which was Edward Scissorhands, different clothing items so that way he could change. And they even had dinner inside of this house right here. Now, the new owner did do a lot of landscaping. It looks really, really good. And he is turning it into a museum where they have lots of historical pieces inside. And I'm going to show those in just a few moments. So right now we are inside of where they filmed Edward Scissorhands, the Tim Burton. This is Johnny Depp, the replica. Look how cool this is. They even have the wallpaper from the movie. That is actually the original wallpaper from the movie inside the house. They replicated the actual wallpaper. But this is great. This is the Edward Scissorhands from the movie before he became what he is as today. This is the actual floor from the original house. The famous scene of Edward Scissorhands cutting up the lettuce was done right here on this table. You can see the fruit in the background with the cigarettes and even the canister. Here's just a little image of what it looked like. They do have these pictures of Edward Scissorhands and even behind the scenes. Look at that. That's a lot of people in this small little area, but it's so cool to see behind the scenes. They have this picture right here of Edward Scissorhands. Look how amazing this is. And this is going to be where the bookshelf would have been, where Edward Scissorhands fell in love. They even have this cabinet with autographs from the cast of Edward Scissorhands and more memorabilia to represent Edward Scissorhands. This is so cool. They do have these keychains here. So when you are here, you can purchase a keychain. And even the hands that Edward Scissorhands was supposed to get before his creator passed away. Then they have the original floor down here again. And even some of the original wood from the movie. This is so cool. Now, these scissors were found in the backyard from the actual movie set itself. They actually put scissors or trimming on the very bottom of each of the topiaries. And this is just one of them. And here's the original sign to get onto the set. Right next to Edward Scissorhands, played by Johnny Depp. Now, this t-shirt was actually given from Tim Burton himself when they did the premiere of Edward Scissorhands, right next to this amazing artwork. Now, this ladder right here is where they would have done the ice sculpture. They put this right next to where Edward Scissorhands would have went up and started carving. Now, when the ice sculpture was right here next to the ladder, we got this verified from the original owners. The ice sculpture tipped over because of how many times they did the takes. The land underneath got so soggy. That's why it tipped over, since we are in Florida. But this is cool. Now, I was just informed that all of these trees were planted by the staff. They removed the trees, then brought them back after they put the topiaries, but they took the topiaries out. How cool is that these trees are actually planted by the staff of Edward Scissorhands? Now, this is a look of the backyard. They do take donations here, so if you do want to come, you can bring different items here and they can put them on display. They will also be doing movies in the winter. One of the movie little locations where they'll be playing Edward Scissorhands or other movies right back there. Then they'll have another one right over here, and also one where that ladder was just a few seconds ago that I'll show you. Now, they did find this sewing kit right on outside of the back door when they were doing the metal detector. And that was used for some of the costumes. And then they even have some of the paint chips from the house itself from back when it was filmed. And make sure you follow them on TikTok and Instagram because they do have social media. It's called Official Scissorland right there. So make sure you go and give them a like. Now I want to give a big shout out to Joey right here. He showed me around the house. This is his house. He did purchase it when it did go on the market. So thank you so much for showing me around the Edward Scissorhands location. Definitely come here, reach out to them on social media so that way you can come check out their museum that they're turning it into. Now in the movie, this is Helen's house. Johnny Depp, that was playing Edward Scissorhands, would have walked right down the street here, come on down, cut the topiary's leg off that would have been right here in the lawn area, and then we would have seen Helen inside saying, "Edward, I'm calling the cops." And Edward would have taken off right down this pathway. After the ice sculpture scene where Johnny Depp would have accidentally cut the hand, he would have come out of that little gate right there where there would have been an entrance and ran down the street behind me. Now this is in the opposite direction of where the castle would have been, where he ran to, but this is still really exciting. Now in the movie, this is where the church lady would have lived, and the hedges right back there, that's where Johnny Depp would have carved him in, or Edward Scissorhands would have carved him in the shape of a devil when he was storming off into the castle. Now this is the infamous house where Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands, would have went in and tried to break in to the vault and get locked in with all the cops that were now surrounding the house. But this is the scene right here. Now I got to meet a lot of the neighbors here, and some of them were here when Edward Scissorhands was filmed. So I'm going to attach some of the photos from their actual photos they took when Tim Burton, Edward Scissorhands, and Johnny Depp were here on location. Now a lot of the houses that you see here today were painted a different color back when the movie was filmed. One of the agreements was they had to paint it back to their original colors. Johnny Depp also said when he was getting ready for the role, he was watching a lot of Charlie Chaplin's silent movies to get prepared for the movie. Now that brings us to Southgate Shopping Center. I want to show you what it looks like at night first, so with a little movie magic, let's turn to night. And that brings us to the nighttime where they filmed Edward Scissorhands here at Southgate Shopping Center. It is so nice to come out here and see the classic Florida with the neon lights. Now, it isn't the same neon lights that you see in Edward Scissorhands, and I will put a picture down below so that way you can kind of see what it looks like during the filming. It did change colors, as you can see in front of us, but it is still nice to come out here. It is really quiet. The road behind me is not that busy here at night, and there's no cars here except for maybe two, and there's other workers here right at the Publix and the Starbucks that I'm standing next to. But this is a really cool little area that I definitely highly recommend coming and checking out. So let's go back to the morning and I'll show you what that looks like. And we'll go a little more in depth of where they had the salon scene for Edward Scissorhands. And welcome back. I'm going to show you where Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder playing Kim and Edward Scissorhands were standing. So that way you kind of get a better idea of this area and seeing where the haircut scene of where he was going to make his own barbershop. So let's get a little closer. Now where I parked my Jeep, that's where Johnny Depp would have pulled up and parked right there. He would have come right on over here and seen Kim standing next to where it says shoes and apparel, right down there. We're going to get a little closer, but I wanted to show you this angle of where Johnny Depp would have stood. Now right here, Winona Ryder playing Kim would have been standing. You can see the hallmark right there in the back. That was in the shot, and I'll attach a photo of Kim standing right here when Johnny Depp was looking down and saw. But we're gonna head to the salon scene, which sadly is no longer here, which is right back here, but I'm gonna show you a little closer. Now, one of the famous shots was right here, where Johnny Depp would have been walking down to check out the salon for the very first time. It's right here behind me, so we're gonna see that in just a second. Now, sadly, Bells did take over the store and replaster over it so it is no longer here. But you can see some of the original tiling right here, and the store would have been right in here. So it's sad that they took it down and added on to Bell's, because they could have easily turned it into like a museum and sold merchandise for Edward Scissorhands inside here. But the courtyard still looks exactly the same as when they shot it. Of course, a lot of the benches and tables have been removed. But how cool is this? This is just the little courtyard where Edward Scissorhands was filmed. Now, sadly, that brings us to the end of our journey. I did want to give a big shout out to Joey for showing me around his museum that he's turning into and letting me into his house. He did give me this great keychain that does say Scissorland on it right there. And it also does have some of the wallpaper from inside the house. So thank you again. I will leave his information down in the link below. But if you did like today's video, make sure you give that a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so that we can get notified every time I come out with a future video. And then also hit that notification button so you get notified every time I come out with a future video. Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful week, day, and year. See you in the next video. Bye.